Okay, this is day 13, or wrap up 20-day juice fast. And today was kind of a challenging day in some ways. Got up, I didn't have any pineapple, so I just had straight orange juice, which is good, and then green tea. Then I went to meditate, and then while I was meditating, I was thinking, I'd really like to get some really kind of exotic green tea because I'm really into green tea now, but I'm just doing kind of a store brand green tea, which is very good. But I went over to our grocery store and they have Puka green tea. And, I don't know if it's any better or whatever. It's probably organic, more expensive, not as expensive as I thought it was when I saw it on the shelf. I thought it was $9.99. It was $6.99. Puka, really nice packaging. And so I came home and made myself some green tea. Later, I mixed up some green juice with the watermelon and strawberry that I juiced yesterday. I did do my yoga and aerobics, and I really got into that. Did a little dancing too, because I'm feeling pretty peppy. And then the main thing on the agenda was at 12:30, Gary and I drove for a 2-hour trip up to northern Iowa. And I had to get all my juice. I had juiced it last night. I got my thermoses out. I filled up a tomato juice thermos, a carrot juice thermos. I had a big water bottle, and I had a kombucha. And so I was set. And on the way up, I also had a insulated cup of green tea. And I sipped the green tea, but then I spilled it at some point during the trip. So I didn't have much of that. So then when we go to quick stops, I'd stop and get a hot water. And most places in Iowa will give you hot water for free, which is really cool. It's one of the things I noticed about Iowa when I first got here. They give free hot water. They just say, "Oh, go ahead." But this one truck stop we went to, she charged me $2.60 for a cup with hot water, which is like type of thing that would happen back east, or probably on the coast, either coast. But anyway, or in a big city. Um, but it was good. I had some tomato juice on the way back and a little bit on the way up, and I was totally satisfied, and that was good. I got home and I felt like I really wanted to go and do a sauna, just to kind of wash the road off of me. Um, because it was 4 hours in the car, and I had a real nice time when we got to Grinnell, which is where we were headed. I went to a maker's workshop. Makers, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Makers something or other. But anyway, they have all this machinery and that you can make stuff with, shared in the community, and it was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to go to. That was worth the trip. And then Makerspace. That's what it's called, Makerspace. And it was like a little art school. It was just very inspirational. But I got home, I went over and did a sauna in a whirlpool, which I felt much better. And then I came home, and I should have meditated, but I really wanted some tomato juice. And I got all the stuff out for it, got the juicer out, and I thought I had tomatoes, but I only had one tomato. So then I went to Walmart and I got a bunch of tomatoes and some peppers and whatnot. And then Gary called me. His nephew was coming down. They were going out to Chinese food. And he said, well, after dinner, we're going to come over. And I didn't know really how much time I had. So I had to like juice like crazy because, when you have a couple of guests come over to your house, you don't want to I live in a small house and I juice on the dining room table or the living room coffee table. So I didn't want to have the juicer out with all the vegetables. So I had to just juice really, really fast. And it was like juicing under pressure. And I got it all juiced, and I still have to clean the juicer, put everything away in the refrigerator real quick like a bunny. And I was able to have a nice drink of tomato juice before they came over. And then I had a little bit while they were here. But it's the thing about juicing is that you have to be very strategic in order to be successful. Unless you're a complete isolating person who never sees people, doesn't have any unexpected things, doesn't go on any trips. Um, it's good to have a pretty clean slate, not too many parties, not too many surprises. For me, fortunately, no work, um, no deadlines, uh, because juicing is pretty much the main game, and you have to make it I have to make it the main game in order to stay with it. Oh yeah, and I was 135.7, which means I lost like a pound in a day, and I think that has to do with not having any broth. So that was good, and that's a good strategy. I'm going to try to stick with that, hopefully, for the duration. So anyway, that's my day 13 or wrap up. 20-day juice fast, May 2022.